What's up, Red Wings fans? Welcome inside Center Ice Arena here in the beautiful Traverse City, Michigan for the annual Red and White game presented to you by Bally Sports. I'm Daniella Bruce alongside Ken Cal and Art Regner with you this afternoon. And Ken, you can see all the red and white in the crowd today. This place is always packed for the annual Red and White game, a great tradition.
Well, it really is, and it goes all the way back to when the teams first got here in 1997. And back then we saw superstars out on the ice with Yzerman and Shanahan, and the Red Wings just won a Stanley Cup. And it's a little bit different now because there are a lot of new faces on the Red Wings going into this brand new season. So it'll be interesting to see those players and see how they team up here this afternoon in this game.
We'll love to see this scrimmage. It's going to be a unique format, which we'll get to in just a minute, but it's always awesome to watch these guys go at it before they head back to Detroit for preseason games. And Art, we know that really none of this would be possible. Training camp, prospect tournament, everything that happens here at Center Ice Arena happens based on our volunteers. The volunteers here are amazing, incredible, and do some great work for us to be able to bring these games to you.
Well, you're absolutely right. And as Ken said, since '97, since we've been coming up here, the volunteers, if it wasn't for the volunteers, this could not be done. This could not be done because it's all volunteer. They don't get paid.
Right.
But the whole city embraces this. This is a community effort by each and every citizen, and I'm not really overstating it, of Traverse City. They come out in full force, and what's the first thing you hear whenever you talk to any Red Wing official or Red Wing player or any of us who are up here? We talk about the people, just how great they are, how gracious they are, how kind they are. They'll do, hey, whatever you need, because they love the Wings up here. I mean, they really do, and it shows, and they turn out in droves.
It's called Hockey Town North for a reason. It is packed in here today, standing room only. We have Red Wings fans everywhere. And as I mentioned just a couple of minutes ago, it is a unique format for today's Red and White game, so let's take a look at how that is going to work. So the first period is going to be just 20 minutes of straight 5-on-5 hockey. If there is a penalty called, we will not see any power plays or man advantages or penalty kill in that first 20 minutes. There will be a whistle and a puck drop, a face-off in the offensive zone, likely maybe the defensive zone. So we'll have puck drops there too. And then in the second period, we're going to see the power play. We're going to see special teams. And that's going to be alternating 1-minute power plays for 16 minutes. And then the third period, we're going to have 5 minutes of 4-on-4 and 5 minutes of 3-on-3, and then we'll end the game with a 10-man shootout. So I just gave you a ton of information. We will remind you throughout the game how that's going to work, but just know the first 20 minutes is going to be regular 5-on-5. Penalties will be called, but we will not see a man advantage.
No, we will not.
No. All right. Yeah, now let's take a look at the lineup. So we'll start with Team Red, which is the home team here today. We've got some notables on both teams, obviously. You see Taro Hirose, Christian Fischer, and Tim Gettinger on that top line. But this is the team that Dylan Larkin, David Perron, and we saw them skating with Alex DeBrincat, the new Red Wing, during training camp. So that's going to be an interesting line that I'm assuming we'll see sometime with here in the Red and White game. But just note, all week long, lines were really changing up. So it'll be interesting to see how they play things out.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing some of the newer players that the Red Wings got in the offseason, and it'll be interesting to see, like Shane Gostisbehere. What kind of player will he be, especially offensively on the blue line? And Christian Fischer and Daniel Sprong, and the list goes on and on. A lot of new faces on this Red Wing team, and also Comfort too.
Here's Team Red's defensemen, so obviously some notables there: Oli Mata, Shane Gostisbehere, Mo Sider, Will Wallander, Jake Wallman. And then you see the goaltenders as well, Alex Lyon and James Reimer, both off-season additions, so it'll be interesting to keep our eyes on them as well. Let's get to Team White really quick as we get closer to puck drop here at Center Ice Arena. Robbie Fabry, Andrew Kopp, Lucas Raymond, Michael Rasmussen on Team White. I know Robbie Fabry and Michael Rasmussen will be interesting to watch just as they're returning from injury. They've looked good all week here at training camp, but some game action for them will be good. Art, who are you looking forward to on Team White?
Well, I really think that fans should look out for number 29. That's Nate Danielson, who is the #1 draft pick this year by the Red Wings. And what I really like about Nate's game is he's a pretty solid player. He's a real heady player. You can tell, and let me get this out of the way first. High hockey IQ, good hockey sense, great compete level. That's what you have to be if you want to be a Detroit Red Wing. And Nate seems to have it. I like the way he thinks the game and the way he is out there. And I think that's a player, truly, that Red Wing fans look for number 29 in white.
You can see Marco Kasper also on Team White wearing number 92. Now let's look at the defensemen For Team White, Justin Hull, who we know is a new Red Wing, Albert Johansson, Antti Tuomisto, Jeff Petrie, another new Red Wing, Simon Edvinsson, so a lot to be excited about there. And then Billy Husso and Michael Hutchinson will be the goaltenders for Team White. Ken, some interesting names on the defense there for Team White.
Absolutely. We saw Antti Tuomisto in the Prospects tournament. I actually thought he played pretty well. Albert Johansson should have been a call-up last year, but instead Edvinsson came up because he was injured. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays. Justin Hull came over from the Toronto Maple Leafs, Jeff Petrie. And, of course, Michael Hutchinson, a goaltender, who played a little bit with the Columbus Blue Jackets. We'll see how he plays this afternoon.
Right, and don't forget Simon Edvinsson coming back from injury, number 77 out there. But I think Ken's right. The guy I really would like to see or focus on a little bit will be Albert Johansson. He had a really good year last year, a kind of a breakout year. He would have been the call-up, as Kenny said. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this young man can do, because he's a pretty highly skilled offensive defenseman.
You know what I thought was interesting this week is that Simon Edvinsson was skating alongside Jeff Petrie a lot during training camp, which obviously we assume Jeff Petrie's going to make the Red Wings roster, right? They trade for him, they bring him into Detroit, and hopefully he's in that top 6. But then Simon Edvinsson, it's been unclear exactly where he's going to start the season, but getting some time with a guy like Jeff Petrie, they obviously think very highly of Simon and want to give him every opportunity to make the Red Wings roster.
I think when you look at the Red Wing defenseman going into that first game, barring nobody's injured or hurt, I assume that he'll start in Grand Rapids.
I think
but
so too.
With his NHL experience, Daniella and Art, Edvinson's the kind of guy that if there is an injury, you can bring him up and you're not going to miss a beat.
Well, I think the key thing is that, and Steve has tried to do this since day one, since he took over on April 19th, 2019, he wanted to make competition from within on the roster, that these guys are competing for that 24-man roster spot. And I think this is the first year, when you really look at it top to bottom, that this is, without question, the deepest Red Wing team we have seen in a number of years, meaning there's a lot of NHL experience. The guys that Steve brought in, that Kenny has mentioned, they all have experience in the NHL. They're accomplished NHLers, so that's what I'm really looking forward to. I mean, we can talk about some of the high-end prospects, and they're knocking on the door. I realize that. But I think that the competition to make this team is going to be fierce during the preseason, because it is loaded with NHL talent.
Yeah, and the thing is, Grand Rapids is going to be a team you want to pay attention to throughout the season, just because there will be so many high-end prospects and so much high-end talent down there as well. And we are just about 30 seconds away from the puck dropping in the red and white game, Ken. So let's get ready. Let's do this. Remember, 20 minutes of 5-on-5 for the first period.
Art made a good point, Daniella, about the competition being fierce, and I think that's what you wanted here in training camp, and we're going to see that during the course of the regular season. As far as line combinations are concerned, I know the Red Wing fans want to see DeBrincat, Larkin, Raymond together, but this gives the Red Wing management and coaching staff an opportunity during the preseason to kind of mix and match, and going into that first game against the New Jersey Devils, game 1 of the season on October the 12th, it gives the coaching staff an opportunity to see where the players do fit in.
Yeah, Lucas Raymond spent some time on a line with Robbie Fabry and Andrew Kopp, and then Robbie Fabry and JT Comfer as well. So there were some changes there, and we saw a lot of Alex DeBrincat with Dylan Larkin and David Perron on the other wing. So a lot of things that we're going to get to take a look at over the next couple of weeks.
Well, and I think the one thing you will notice about Lucas Raymond right away is that he's bigger, he's heavier. I thought last year maybe there were a couple of times where he's ridden off the puck a little too easily. Well, he worked on it. And I'm eager to see him. He doesn't have to be completely physical, just be a little bit bigger, and it's very, very noticeable out there. So Lucas should have not that he had a bad year last year, but big things are expected from him, and I think he's going to come through it.
I think sometimes we forget just how young Lucas Raymond is, as he made the NHL team right in his rookie year. So he's, 20 years old? He's got to build a little bit more on that body, grow into the game a little bit more. So, like you said, we expect big things out of him this season.
Right, and I haven't said this yet. People are going to wonder why. Mo Seider.
Yeah.
There's another player that I really want to watch, and he's kind of getting to the end right here, and the Red Wing management staff's going to have to make a determination on defenseman Jared McIsaac. And of course, he battled some injuries early on in the season at training camp and even in the prospects tournament, so all eyes will be on him going into the preseason.
He's a player you root for. He really has gone through a lot.
There are those lines we talked about of Dylan Larkin, David Perron, and Alex DeBrincat, and then JT Comfer, Lucas Raymond, and Robbie Fabry for Team White.
Team White, Hull and Edmondson are teamed up together on the blue line. We are underway here for the annual red-white game. The puck is in the team red zone. Edmondson swings it over to Hull, moves in right circle, shot the puck, it's blocked, rebound into the corner, Alex DeBrincat. Nice crisp pass over on the right side for Perron, rink wide to Larkin in behind him. Raymond coming back, tried to jam it along the boards. Larkin lost his stick, kicked it forward to the Team White blue line, and Edmondson will slow it down for his team. Comfort, number 37, lifts it across the Hull. Quick change by Team Red. Team White making a change as well as the puck goes into the corner, deep in the red zone. Now it comes back out to center ice, and it's lifted ahead over the line to Joe Valeno. This will be a big year for him as he swings it over. Left circle, one-time shot, scores! That was a blast over on the left side by Daniel Sprong, who had a really good season last year with the Seattle Kraken to give his team a 1-0 lead.
20-goal scorer.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about Daniel Sprong pregame, but I think that's exactly what Red Wings fans should be excited to see from him. He has a nose for the net. He gets the puck to the net in a great shot, as we just witnessed.
Great movement there by Team Red.
Got Valeno between Sprong and Soderblom now for Team Red.
Big
And
camp
it's
for
1-0.
Elmer, too. He looked good, though, in the prospects tournament.
Those big strides and his ability to get to the front of the net. And when you're that big, Art and Daniela, it's hard to stop a guy like that in today's game.
Well, to quote Simon Edvinson, he's a mountain of a man when he talks about Elmer, and it's so true. He's gigantic.
So Sprong gives his team a 1-0 lead on a one-time shot from the left side. That beat Billy Husso, who is expected to have another strong year for Detroit. Casper now charges over to the blue line. Lombardi stopped him, and that play is offside.
Pretty good energy. You know, we've seen a lot of hockey up here. We've seen practice, and we've seen all the prospect tournament games that the Red Wings played. And Ken, just something about the speed of an NHL player and the pace is just completely different. You can just see it out there. You can feel it.
Well, you're right about that, and I think the younger guys that played in the prospects tournament, they now know what it's like as far as speed in the National Hockey League playing against NHL players.
Yeah, they're thinking the boys are back in town for sure.
Lombardi, he had a great year in Flint. He's out there for Team Red. He's wearing number 78. The puck goes around the board. Sprong gives his team a 1-0 lead as Casper lifts it out to center ice. Bounces out to the blue line and now trickles in behind the Team Red zone and going in after it now. That is New Power. Play for the Grand Rapids Griffins. Swings it across and coming out to center ice, McIsaac. Lifts it over the blue line. Berggren into the corner, slapped it around the boards. Now Berggren's the kind of player that actually played pretty well last year for Detroit.
Yeah, had a little bit of a tail off at the second half of the season, but he has a real nose for the net. He's a really highly skilled offensive player, can shoot and pass really, really well. And, you know, he's going to be fighting for a job in preseason, no question.
Taro Hirose is out there for Team Red, and he was their leading scorer in Grand Rapids last year. Actually, the last couple of years, he had some pretty good seasons with the Grand Rapids Griffins.
Well, former Michigan Stater, good safe player. I mean, he's somebody through injury, and there's always injury, that you can call up. He can come into Detroit, and he doesn't look out of place.
Perron laid it back in the line, 1-0 Team Red on the goal by Daniel Sprong. Another thing that stands out is the Red Wings want to have a good fourth line this year, and Sprong's on a third or fourth line. He can actually score some goals, as we saw here early in this hockey game. And pretty solid defensively, too, and he's a big player.
I want to look for, and I don't know if there's any significance to giving him, I believe it's number 24, but Clem Costin, the acquisition from Edmonton, who I've been told by the Edmonton people will drop the gloves with anybody.
Just to Brinket with a nice move in on goal, and Husso just hang on to it, the Team White goal. 16:26 to go. We're in the first period. Thanks for tuning into the stream. And you're watching today's stream brought to you by Bally Sports.
Just a reminder on how the format is going to work. This first period is 20 minutes of 5-on-5. And then in the second period, we will see 16 minutes of power play and penalty kill. Final period will be 10 minutes of 3-on-3 and 4-on-4, and then a 10-man shootout.
Tell you what, Daniela, Team Red has been dominating here in the first 3 minutes of the game.
Yes, they have. Really
not much action in the Team Red zone, and their goaltender to start this game is Jason Reimer. Of course, he played for the San Jose Sharks last year.
Right. Had a little bit of an off season, but his buddies keep telling me who in San San Jose did not have an offseason last year.
Edmondson came in, got a good shot on goal, and Reimer made the save. 1-0 Team Red on the goal by Sprong. Out to center ice, that's Wallman. Plays it up across the blue line. Edmondson slapped it up the near wing. Goes to the open side. Poleno after the puck. Hull got there first. Chipped it out to center ice. Mata fights for possession. He had a strong year last year for Detroit. Ole Mata.
Certainly did. I mean, rewarded with a 2-year extension. Always a good player. Remember, he broke in. It was always going to be him and Letang for Pittsburgh blue line forever. Letang's still there.
Kopp in his own zone. Drops it back to Edmondson. Sprong, the man who scored, is out there for Team Red. 1-0 lead. Team Red, Rasmussen. Good to see him back. He was so good defensively last year for Detroit. Back the other way. Mata over the blue line. Pass into the slot for Veleno. Drop past Mata. Backhand try, and that's deflected right out in front of Husso into the corner. Another good scoring chance for
really
Team
nice.
Red. Gostisbehere on the blue line. Sprong picks it up, though. Drops it back to Shane Gostisbehere. Now to Joe Veleno, turning it with it. Left circle shot, the puck wide to the short side of the goal. Gostisbehere holds it in. He's a good skater. Now to Joe Veleno, shoots the puck wide of the net.
I think it's a great acquisition. You're going to see it on the power play. I've always been a fan of his going back to his days in Philly. But I'll tell you, Team Red has been impressive. It looks like these guys have been playing for a couple of months together.
Team White has not had sustained pressure in the Team Red zone. Gostisbehere wearing number 41. He's got the puck right now. Stops off to the side of Reimer. Swings it across. Both teams are in the middle of a chain. Gostisbehere with a feed pass to Lombardi. Over the line. Cuts wide on Nate Danielson. Pulls away from him. Tossed it back to the right point. Now into the corner. Emil Viro tapping it up the right side. New power. Shoots the puck off the skate in front. Oh, nice move right out in front by Fisher. He's trying to go to the backhand. And it just rolled off his stick at the last second. If he gets control of that puck, Art and Daniella, I think he's got a goal.
I agree with you. It was a nice play. It just, right at the end there, as you said, Kenny, it just kind of eluded his stick.
Play started by New Power, shooting that puck from the right point. He got it towards the front of the net. Emil Viro picking it up for his club, lays it across. Now they regroup. Along the near boards. Viro sweeps it out to center. Luff drops it back. Pass out to center ice. It's tapped over the blue line. Neil Shine out there with the puck. Moves it to L'Esperance. Got it back towards the line. Now to Punnett. Not afraid to drop the gloves when he can. Shot the puck to the front of the goal. L'Esperance redirected it over the crossbar. Play is in the Team Red zone. Moving in. L'Esperance with a shot. Shoulder pad save made by Reimer right there. And the play is stopped as the net came loose in behind Reimer.
All right, Team White showing a little bit of life here. Nice puck movement by them. L'Esperance, nice trying to tip it, but he tipped it a little high. Punnett's another interesting guy, number 61 for Team White.
Look at James Reimer, the Red Wing goaltender.
We're getting another look at that play from just a couple of minutes ago. Team Red, a great chance in front. Christian Fisher very close to making it a 2-0 game.
Tumisto with a drive from the line, and he didn't take a lot of effort with that shot towards the front of the goal. Reimer made the save. Rebound, Hiroshi picking it up in the corner.
Right, he saw it all the way too, Reimer. Just easy save.
Played down low by Gettinger, wearing uniform number 39 for Team Red, and that was your buddy's old number.
Big
I've had
Tony.
a lot of buddies.
Tampa.
No,
Big
I know. Big Tony.
Big Tony.
Big Tony, hoping for a big rebound year in Montreal. And we hope so too.
Washington.
Washington, yeah.
He's from
Montreal, right. And I think he probably wants to go there. For the Canadians.
You're just manifesting it for him, aren't you?
Yeah, sorry about that, yeah.
12 minutes to go, first period. 5-on-5 play right here. Wallman slowly moves it over. Sider with a shot, knocked down in front by Billy Husso. Along the near wing, here comes Lucas Raymond. Down the left wing, charges over the line, moves out in front. Into the right circle, has a chance, shoots, and Reimer made the save. Reimer's made some pretty good chances when Team White's been in that red zone.
Right, well, Team White's picked it up a little bit now here, and they're starting to find their legs and are putting a little bit of pressure on, which is good because we want to see what Reimer can do as well.
Mo Sider shooting it in. This is year number 3. Hard to believe it's already year number 3 for him.
Right, I know. I feel like Just talking to him in Vancouver the night he was drafted.
1-0 lead. Sprong the goal scorer for Team Red. Here's Kopp up the left wing. Good to see him healthy coming into the season. Last year he was a little banged up before the start of the regular season.
Yeah, I think he has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, wants something to prove. Was disappointed in his year, but that core surgery is not easy to come back from. It takes a while, a lot longer a rehab than I think originally anticipated.
Jeff Petrie jamming that puck along the boards for Team White. Lifted now down the ice into the Team Red zone. Olimata in pursuit. Clint Costin in after it, and icing is the call against Team Red. 10:45 to go here in the opening period. Sellout crowd. Can't jam them in with a shoehorn here on the Sunday afternoon, and it's kind of officially, Daniella and Art, kind of ends the, even though there's a practice tomorrow here, kind of ends the training camp here in Traverse City.
Yeah, it's kind of a sad, a bittersweet moment because we have such a great time up here. As we said, the people, the volunteers are outstanding and treat us like family.
But the good thing is it means hockey is right around the corner. We have preseason games starting on Tuesday at Little Caesars Arena, and then October 14th, the puck drops officially at Little Caesars Arena. It's actually the 12th is the season opener in New Jersey, but home opener the 14th at Little Caesars Arena.
Yeah, and I believe that's on, if you want to watch that first game, it's international television or something.
Daniel Sprong, the goal scorer. Both teams with 4 shots on goal as the puck is lifted into the Team White zone. Husso got it across. Up the right side, it's shot by Luff into the corner. In the Team Red zone, now here's Danielson with a shot from the left side goal line. That one trickled through the goal crease out towards center ice. Here's a 3-on-1 developing the other way. Up over the line, that's a miss him off. Got it to the right side, Gettinger scores. He got the pass and shoots it behind Billy Husso to give Team Red a 2-0 lead.
That was a nice play. They did exactly what they had to do. Great passing.
That was Anisimov, Art, who made that pass over, and Gettinger just buried it.
Right, and he's playing for a job. Look at that, nice, weighted, boom, in the net. Difficult save for a goalie to make always when he has to be moving. I guess we could ask the Red Wing goaltending coach what he thought of that.
And defensively, you want to make sure you have numbers coming back defensively, and that just didn't happen in that opportunity.
No, they were caught. But credit Team Red. They did what they needed to do there. Nice play. Asimov's an interesting player, Ken. I've always kind of liked him. And, fellas on a PTO, I mean, having a PTO from Detroit, we've had several players over the years make this team on PTO. So you hear PTO and sometimes you think, oh, it's just a body to fill. But Red Wings, they give you every opportunity.
Playoff side going over that Team Red blue line by Team White. And Gettinger, he's a native of Cleveland, Ohio, and we're seeing a lot of people now from the United States in markets usually out west that you don't see players make it in the National Hockey League. But right now with all the hockey in the United States, all the great leagues, you're seeing a lot of these players born in the U.S. and now making long careers in the National Hockey League.
Well, it's just not the 3 M's anymore, as they used to say, Michigan, Minnesota, in Massachusetts. They're coming from all over, and I think a lot of that has to do with the development program, originally in Ann Arbor, now in Plymouth.
So Sprong and Gettinger with the goals, and it's 2-0 Team Red. Team White's going to have to try and make something happen. Casper knocked it right to the front of the goal, and Reimer knocked it away with a blocker. Hiroshi outlets it ahead to center ice. Wallander up the left side. Saw him in the Prospects tournament as he drills it around the boards, punted after the puck. Scoots it up the near side, not out. Here's a chance right out in front by David Perron, and the save was made by Hutchinson, who is now the goaltender for Team White. Hutchinson played a little bit last year with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Puck lifted down the ice.
He's also on a PTO.
And that's Lyon, the goaltender now for Team Red. So halfway through the period, they switched the goaltenders. Dylan Larkin into the Team White zone. Head up. Lifts it to Perron, left side of the ice. Pass in front for DeBrincat, and he was covered off to the side of the goal by Simon Edvinsson. Shine will pick it up in behind his own goal. Lifted ahead to Hall.
Nice
out
play
to center ice.
Nice play from Simon Edvinsson there to kind of tie DeBrincat up because he would have had a wide open chance.
Raymond moves in after getting the feed from down low, got a shot away, and Lyon comes up with a save.
Lucas has had a couple of nice scoring chances here the last couple of shifts, so And he's definitely bigger, a little stronger, obviously still highly skilled.
You know, Art, I was doing some math, and Daniela, if Billy Huso wins, let's say, 32 games this year, right?
Okay.
The backup goaltenders, whether it be Reimer or Lyon or whoever, have to win at least 15 hockey games to get the Red Wings to a playoff point total of around 95 points, I believe.
Right. In a very tough Atlantic division, I think everybody thinks that, Boston's going to do a free fall, but that's been rumored for the last couple of seasons, and they just seem to find a way.
Offensively, the Red Wings should be a little more powerful this year. I think the power play should be a lot better. Last few years, the Red Wings have been involved in some close hockey games, but if you can score a goal or two on the power play, that's a difference between winning maybe 7 to 10 more games a year.
There's no doubt. That is the difference, too. I mean, this team has trouble scoring goals. We know that. Everybody knows it. They'll tell you that.
7:38 to go, first period, 2-0 Team Red. Sprong and Gettinger, the goal scorers. Johansson will pick it up. Now it's moved across to center ice. Play offside up across the Team Red blue line.
Getting a couple questions in our YouTube chat from the fans that are watching on YouTube, and you can watch on the website as well today. But somebody asked when final decisions are made on who will be on the roster or actually make the Red Wings team and who will be in Grand Rapids. That happens after the preseason. We've still got, is it 8 preseason games this year? And those start next Tuesday.
I think it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 days before the season starts. I'll have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's when it is.
But we've still got a couple of weeks. There's some preseason games to be played.
Well, the Red Wings will have, after the 8-game preseason schedule's over, they'll have 4 solid days off, and in that time, the final roster will be set.
Copper tried to lay it out in front of the goal, broke it up, and out to center ice. Here comes Berggren up across the line. Sweeps it over. Fisher let it go to the trailer. McIsaac with a chance, redirected wide of the goal. Back towards the right circle. Berggren moves into the high slot, moves away from Costin, shoots the puck, save made right there by the goaltender Hutchinson.
It's a nice little nifty little play there by Berggren.
Berggren handles it again, shoots, deflected right out in front of the goal. That one ends up in the right corner. Quick change by Team Red. Bringing it out to center ice, Emil Viro along the right wing. Moves it away from Wallander and taps it into the far corner. Marco Kasper for Team White, checked in along the boards. Now dug loose. Danielson couldn't get it away, and Hiroshi picked it up at center. The veteran moves up across the line and shoots that puck down low. Played around the boards, but Diddler, and it comes back towards the blue line. Here's Stevens. Swept it over to the left wing board. Stevens again rolls it down low. Misimoff who assisted on the goal. Moved it out in front. Stevens came in, shot the puck, save made by the goaltender Hutchinson.
Great vision there.
Gettinger looking on as the puck is in behind the goal. Chumisto handles it as both teams are in the middle of a change. 2-0 lead for Team Red. Wallander picks it up for Detroit. Team Red moves it back in behind the goal, sets up shop, rolls it up the left side to the captain, Dylan Larkin. Rink wide feed to Brinken, busted over the line, got the shot away, and shot that one over the crossbar. To Brinken on the doorstep, trying to jam it home. Now comes away with the puck, moves it back to Wallman, slides it over to Sider, into the high slot, Perron. Good passing by Team Red. Larkin with a centering attempt, all battling for it with Sider now off to the side of the goal. To Brinken trying to score, and that's knocked down. Good effort right there by those players as Shine comes back into the Team Red end.
Obviously their best shift on the ice right now, that line.
Sider joins the rush. Larkin brings it in, going coast to coast, shoots the puck, and the save made by Hutchinson with a stick, and he covers up, giving up no rebound.
What you want to see from Alex DeBrincat there, all around the net, chance after chance to put one home. He doesn't bury, but we're already seeing how he gets to the net and how he can add offense to this Red Wings team. And we have a contest running right now, actually, a Alex DeBrincat contest. For those of you that do not have your tickets to opening night already, you can win an autographed DeBrincat jersey and tickets to that game, the opener on October 14th against the Lightning at Little Caesars Arena. Get your entry in before October 8th at DetroitRedWings.com/jersey contest.
We thank you for watching today's stream, brought to you by Bally Sports. 2-0 lead, Team Red.
Bally Sports, really nice t-shirts this year for Red Wings.
Art took about 7 t-shirts from our Bally Sports friends.
Yes, they're beautiful red.
That's one for every day of the week.
Yes, that's right.
Everyone's getting Bally t-shirts for Christmas.
Yes. No, I don't know now, Danielle. I think you spoiled it.
At least I know what I'm getting for Christmas this year.
Yeah, you definitely can. I got you triple XL. I hope it'll fit.
Got to work my way into that T-shirt over the years. 2-0 lead Team Red. Here comes Robbie Fabry. Good to see him healthy. Cuts through the blue line, and a good play by Johansson to take him off the puck. Tried to cut inside right there, and Albert Johansson with a nice play.
Well, this game settled down nicely as both teams have had good scoring chances, and the Red team dominant in the beginning, first 5-10 minutes of this game, but
Vero with a shot, that one blocked by Joe Valeno, who went down.
well, got up a little stung.
Valeno supporting the beard so far this year as he moved it around the board.
Yeah, I can't believe it, boy. I remember him when he was drafted too. He probably could grow a beard back then.
Clean
Just
shaven.
chose not to.
Costin tried to make his way in. Comfer battles along the boards, tied up, came back on the line, held in there by Rafferty. Michael Rasmussen floats it down low into the corner. Gets it again, shoots the puck low to the ice, and the save made by Alex Lyon, the goaltender for Team Red.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Michael, I just did a podcast with him on the Red and White Authority, episode 200, and there are all kinds of rumors that his kneecap shattered, and he just took a puck square on the kneecap where he just had to mobilize it for a couple of months, but it was not quite as bad, I think, as the internet made it sound out. I mean, it was a long rehab, but I mean, the kneecap is sound.
Well, you could tell last year when he went down and out of the lineup, the Red Wings as a team kind of went down as well. He meant that much defensively for this Red Wings team.
Someone's down.
It's Matt Luff, number 22. He just went down on his own and kind of ran into the boards there, but he is looking like he's in some pain.
Yeah, he did not get up. I think it's a shoulder, actually, and he did not move.
Well, what you don't want, obviously, are injuries here in a red-white game, and he is now sitting on the ice. He is holding his right shoulder as the trainers are out there to take a look at him.
This is a guy that can't buy a break either, injury-wise.
Yeah, you feel for him. He took a couple brutal injuries last season that kept him out of the lineup and off of the ice, and then something like this to happen during the red and white game. You hope that he is okay and ready to go for preseason, but he does look like he's in some pain.
When he went down right away, he did not move.
No.
And so, that's obviously the first sign. So, we just hope for the best. And I think it is a shoulder. I think it's his right shoulder. Took it into the boards pretty hard.
He was one of those players, too, where he played a majority of the year in Grand Rapids. And when there was an injury on the big club, he came in and really played a good role for the Red Wings.
He was very reliable, the type of player you could depend on to come up and fill the role that was needed. He gets a hand as he's helped off the ice by Red Wings trainers, but it's not looking too good for the way he's getting off the ice.
No, not the way he's holding it. And
no.
The way he slumped over.
Yeah, Russ is just,
it's a shoulder. He's in obvious pain.
Dylan Wallman saying some words of encouragement because they know what he went through. He's gone through a lot.
Unfortunately, injuries are part of this game. We see him every single year, but you wish Matt Luff the best because he has battled through some tough things.
Right. If we get any kind of report on him, we will definitely pass it along. But you just do not like to see that. And obviously, everyone, kind of a festive atmosphere until then. Crowd very quiet now and just thinking about Matt Luff. And again, we wish him the best of everything and hopefully.
Fisher Lombardi up front for Team Red here. Berggren out there as well as the puck is shot behind the Team White goal. 2-0 lead for Team Red. Sprong and Gettinger, the goal scorers. Dominic Shine lifts it on edge out to center ice. Lombardi comes back. He's a guy, too, that has put on some weight over the offseason, all muscle.
Lombardi, yeah, he definitely looks bigger. I asked Dan Watson, the new former Toledo Walleye coach, now Grand Rapids Griffins, and he said, oh, yeah, Amadeus I think he's grown a little bit, too, but he's definitely bigger.
This him off for Team Red. Battling for the puck along the boards, took a whack at it. He set up Gettinger's goal earlier in this first period. Wallman picking it up in behind his own goal, lifts it up the left side. Gettinger tied up by the defenseman Hall. Now it's picked up, played around the boards. Sider's pass broken up. It comes right back in behind the goal to his partner, Wallman. Wallman, good skater, and showed a lot of offensive flair last year with the Red Wings.
Yeah, he really came into his own. He had a comfort level. was always felt he had to prove himself, sometimes unfairly. He came to Detroit, he settled in, him and Mo, great partnership, and obviously he, again, rewarded. That's the one thing I think if you're a Red Wings player here, or no matter where you're at in the pecking order, shall we say, if you're producing, if you're playing, if you're doing well, Steve is more than willing to reward you. I mean, he gives out extensions if he thinks that you've earned it, and that's something that I think players notice, and I think a lot of players want to come here simply because of the way he runs this team.
Here's Lyon picking it up now off to the side of his own goal, gets it to DeBrincat. Trying to catch Team White on a change. Alex DeBrincat over the line, drop. Passing the skates of Kopp. He was covered. Petrie tried to hold it in. Now it comes out the center. Here's a breakaway for Soderblom. Moving in. Soderblom shoots. Tried to go 5-hole. And a save by Hutchinson. With 14 seconds to go in the period. Sprong with a chance. That's knocked down out in front of the goal. Comfer picking it up. Strides out to center ice. Lifts it to the blue line. And it's intercepted. 3 seconds to go in the first period. Play is back in behind the Team Red goal. And there goes the first period. Team Red with a 2-0 lead on goals by Sprong and Gettinger. So spirited performance by both of these teams here in the opening 20 minutes of play in the annual Red-White game in Traverse City.
Really, I thought that, it was interesting when this game started. Team Red came out, pregame skate. We were out for about 5 minutes. And then Andrew Cobb came out for Team White. He was the only one out there. I don't know, gamesmanship, what's going on, if the boys have a side bet or not. But Team Red looked ready to play right from the opening face-off, and they were dominant. But then Team White started a pushback, so it was a good spirited period as I thought. I thought that everybody played pretty well, and the downer of it is Matt Luff going down.
Team White, maybe they should have came out to warm up just a little bit earlier,
well,
and they would have started the game at a better time, right?
I think that's the key. The fellas, I don't know what was going on in the room, but we should have been out on the ice.
Yes, and obviously thinking about Matt Luff, but did see a lot of things that you like. You got to look at what could potentially be the Red Wings top unit with Dylan Larkin, Alex DeBrincat, and David Perron out there, and then on the back end it was Mo Sider and Jake Wallman. So you got a large look at them throughout that first period.
And the goaltenders, I thought, made some good saves. Billy Husso was the goaltender, gave up both goals here in the first period. But I thought when Team White was on the attack, the first goaltender that was in net was Reimer, and I thought he made some good stops. And then Alex Lyon made a couple of good stops late in that period as well.
The competition between those two, because we assume that Billy Husso will be the number one goaltender, yes, and that Reimer and Lyon might battle for that backup spot here in Detroit, or maybe they'll go with three goaltenders again. But it's going to be an interesting battle between Lyon and Reimer to see who takes more minutes and who will back up Billy Husso.
Right, and I think it's kind of almost evenly split.
Yeah.
Alex Lyon had a come-out year last year. If it wasn't for him, Florida Panthers would not have made the playoffs. I mean, he went on a really, really nice run. And as we said, Reimer was playing for San Jose, who is unfortunately not one of the better teams in the league. And, he struggled. And, he has something to prove, too. James Reimer is one of these guys that I don't want to say won't go away, but, you always say, wow, he's still in the league but he's a good quality goaltender. Detroit needs stability in that backup position. They really do. I think it should be probably, what do you think, Ken? Maybe a 50-32 split. Husso play 50 games. The backups, whomever they are, there'll probably be more than one. Has to 32. And if they win 15 out of 32 games, that's not that bad.
Well, what you're counting on is Billy Husso playing a lot, but we saw last year if he went through stretches of where he played a lot of games in a row, he wasn't as sharp as he was early in those stages. But to me, the goaltenders, the backup goaltenders, have to be a key if the Red Wings want to make the playoffs this year, they've got to come away with some wins.
That they do. That will be an interesting storyline to follow all preseason long. We'll be back with second period action where we will get a closer look at the special teams units here for the annual Red and White game. We'll be right back with more from training camp presented to you by Bally Sports.
Everyone goes to the same side? Huh? Everyone goes from here? Okay. Legs feeling good?
Great, you?
Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty good.
That's not bad, yeah.
Ready for day 2. Hey! Hey, go, go! Oh no. Yo! Yo! Hey! 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 Oh! Bread and butter.
I'm just going to take a couple with this on, then you can come back in. Hey, no pressure, but you're on camera. Right? You have it good. This thing's going to be, hey, this thing's going to be right here. We're looking at that. Nice tip. Really nice tip.
And we welcome you back to Center Ice Arena here in Traverse City, Michigan, as it's a 2-0 lead for Team Red. Sprong and Gettinger, the goal scorers for Team Red here in this pretty good first period of play. Joining me right in the middle now is Art Regner, our special guest Dan Cleary. And Dan, what were your overall thoughts of that first 20 minutes of play?
Hi guys, I thought it was a good period. I thought the pace was good, execution was pretty good. Those 2 goals were nice goals.
Yes.
That was a great goal by Sprong. I mean, Joe comes in the entry, nice little delay play, feeds it through the seam and it's ripped. Niesmoff made a nice little delay play to Gettinger. Yeah, look forward to seeing a little special teams. It was good.
Dan, how eager were everybody in the Red Wing hierarchy to actually see this year's edition out on the ice playing against each other? Just not drills, just not practice. I mean, you said you were happy with it, but it really does look like, and I know it's only one period of hockey against each other, but that this team has a little bit of mojo going. I mean, that they look like they're better than maybe they have been in previous seasons.
Yeah, I think for sure improved. I think I sense a lot of camaraderie amongst the guys, maybe more than previous years. Just talking with Larks and a couple of the younger guys with Ray and Mo and Fabs. These guys have been together all camp, whether it be golf and fishing, hanging out, and that type of fights leads to on-ice chemistry as well. It was, I think the Brinkats really settled in with this team. Obviously he had a good summer being around. Adam Petrie was also another great addition. He was such a good guy, obviously. But it's good to see, Gossesbear, Paul, we got some, with JT's, he's a quieter, I would say,
right.
guy.
He definitely is.
But good player. A lot. The additions have been, they've been good. I believe we are an improved team, for sure.
Dan and Art, I know that I was talking with Chris Draper during the Prospects tournament, and he was telling me that he wanted to see a lot of competition amongst the guys here in the 3 or 4 days that the team is practicing in Traverse City. Do you see that, Dan, so far?
Yeah, I do. Obviously, with Nate being his first year, I thought he really had a nice Prospects tournament. With Lambeau being, he's been here for a few years now, his first year pro. Lambeau looks good out there. And then, you have Marco coming over, getting really his first taste of a real camp and the Prospects tournament. those three, young centers that's competition for sure. But we have good guys to help guide them, whether it be in Detroit or Grand Rapids.
Dan, I want to go back to something you just said, and that's about the camaraderie up here. And isn't that what Traverse City is about? Not on ice as well, but the bonding. I mean, I guess you could easily do this in Detroit if you really wanted to, but there's something a little bit different with everybody getting away and being together. I mean, how essential is Traverse City to host this? And I know you were, 12 years or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's Traverse City is great. It's great to have everybody come up here, get together. It's not like having in Detroit. Yeah, we get to hang out at the rink, but then, everyone disperses home.
Right.
So here you have no choice but to hang out with some people maybe we don't want to see all the time. But I love it. I think it's great for team camaraderie. It's great for bonding. It's great to get to know people. We have some new faces here. I think it's so important for these guys to feel comfortable, feel a part of it. And Traverse City certainly does that. And as you can see, great turnout again per usual. The red and white sold out. We had fans here all day. Prospects tournament was a great turnout as well. I hope Traverse City never stops.
Dan, when you look at this Red Wing team going into the season, I know Derek Lalone last year wanted to cut the goals against average down. The Red Wings want to score more goals going into this season. Obviously, DeBrincat should help. The power play should be a little bit better this year. But looking overall at the picture going into the regular season, what would you like to see improved on this team going into the season this year?
Well, it's hard to mention anything else than what you just mentioned, but I would say, we've improved the goaltending aspect. I think our defense has been improved. I like our D. And then when you add someone like DeBrincat, and, I think Ray looks faster and Ray looks stronger. I think special teams is going to be one area that I really think we will be improved, and I think it's a very important area. I think special teams is going to be critical for our success.
You're in charge of player development, so I'm going to have to ask you real quickly about the prospects. I mean, the NHL roster has been retooled, and there's a lot of NHL talent on this team. Prospects-wise, how would you evaluate the Red Wing prospect pool right now?
Yeah, I think the pool is good. I didn't like seeing Carter Mazur go down early in prospects because I really had a lot of, and I still do. I think Mays is going to be a solid player. But we've added some, it's good to see Simon here. He had surgery this summer, so he's fully cleared, ready to go. Wallander looks good. Johansson, we got some, good back-end pieces. And then, when you have Casper, Danielson, Lombardi, it's a good pool. And then I really thought looks good is Soderblom. He looked good in prospects. He looks good today.
He wants to be a Red Wing. You can definitely tell that.
Yeah, the guys are doing good. Yeah, we got a good pool, good group of kids. Cross Hannes looks good too. He's another guy coming off surgery. So these guys look healthy, look ready to go.
Dan Cleary, thanks a lot for stopping by and joining us. All the best the rest of the way this season. And I know you worked on your golf game here in Traverse City as well.
I sure did, Ken. I sure did. Hey, guys, always great being a part of you guys. Getting to chat with you.
Good seeing you, Dan.
All right.
Dan Cleary joining us here. First intermission. It is a 2-0 lead for Team Red on goals by Daniel Sprong and also Gettinger. And we'll be back with second period action right after this from Traverse City Ice Arena.
All right.
It's got a little bit of a playoff atmosphere here tonight, Jelly.
Yes,
it does.
Yeah, this place is jumping right now. I get goosebumps every game we play here.
And isn't that just a tremendous scene?
Listen to this crowd.
This is the best place in the world to be.
Welcome back, everybody, to the beautiful Center Ice Arena here in Traverse City, Michigan. I'm Daniella Bruce alongside Art Regner and Ken Cal, and we are back for the second period of the annual red and white game. Right now, Team Red has a 2-0 lead, but scoring might get a little bit more frequent here in the second period. At least let's hope so, right?
I'm eager to see how this is going to play out. I'll be honest with you. A minute for one team on the power play, and then what do they do? Switch, or do they keep stopping and starting?
I think you're overthinking it.
I don't know.
They're going to switch their power play units every minute, and we're going to see some power play and penalty kill for 16 minutes.
You know, Daniella and Art, we had Dan Cleary up here, and we were talking about special teams and how it's going to be important this year, I think, for the Red Wings this year. And I look at the standings at the end of the year, and the teams that always seem to make the playoffs, especially on the power play, are teams that have really good power play. So this is an area where the Red Wings, I think, really need to improve upon this year, because if you can score and win special teams play during the course of the season, that could be the difference in maybe 7 to 10 wins and gives you an opportunity to hopefully make the playoffs.
Well, it was an area of emphasis during the offseason, right? Because you heard Steve Yzerman talk about it a lot. When you add players like an Alex DeBrincat who can score, you want him to add to the power play offense. And Shane Gostisbehere, really good at running a power play. So that's a guy that you bring in that can hopefully help boost that offense on the power play for the Red Wings.
Well, yeah, well, certainly. And Kenny pointed it out during the first period, is that, you know, if the Red Wings power play can win you about 7 more games or so, I mean, suddenly you kind of catapulted yourself into the playoff picture.
I got to let you know this, Art. Somebody just said Art's going to win MVP this year, ending McDavid's reign.
Beautiful. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
If that were to happen, you know, I would like to announce this is my official last year. I'm going to go right into retirement because that's a big fat paycheck, although I don't have any idea who would pay me.
Can you skate? Are you a good skater?
Well, yes.
You were a goalie, weren't you?
Yeah, I was a goalie. I was good.
That explains a lot.
I was actually a good player. But, you know, and Ken can relate to this. As the seasons change, we change sports, and let's just say I should have never played football. Okay. Not big enough, but had the attitude that I was going to crunch everybody, and it just did not happen.
You know, I kind of like this format that we're using this year because a lot of times there aren't penalty calls during the course of 5-on-5 play, especially in a red-white game. But this gives special teams an opportunity, and the coaching staff an opportunity to see how the penalty kill works and also how the power play works as well. And we're going to start this second period with Team Red on the power play. And just to set it up for you, you got Dylan Larkin to take the face-off. And now Team Red's going to make a change. David Perron is heading over to the bench. And someone's going to have to come out there, though.
Yeah,
Everybody know that we're kind of flying with this, too. We're going to do our best to explain to you
I guess
exactly what's going on.
4-on-4. It's 4-on-4. I was going to say.
No, here we go.
Okay, maybe not. Now it's power play. Is this the Notre Dame defense or something out there? Or what were they playing?
I don't think David Perron knew as well. But, okay, Team Red's on the power play, and let's see what happens here as we get going for the second period. Perron down low into the corner, moves it over to DeBrincat. Down low, shot to the goal mouth by Perron after a setup from DeBrincat, who's parked off the left circle. DeBrincat, left circle, shoots the puck. Save made by Billy Husso into the corner. Perron dug it free, sends it around the boards to Gostisbehere. Nadamo Sider, middle of the blue line, pass to DeBrincat. Back to Sider at the line, at DeBrincat again. Short passes, Larkin to Perron. Gostisbehere with a shot, rebound off the goalpost. And the rebound cleared by Team White down the ice, and Team Red with an opportunity.
Again, you're getting a look at what could be the top power play unit for the Red Wings heading into the season, with Mo running it, Dylan out there, Alex DeBrincat out there, David Perron and Shane Gostisbehere.
Right. I like that. I like having Mo and Shane on the ice together.
Sider with a shot, tipped by Larkin over the top of the goal. Along the boards it goes to Mo Sider. You don't want to be as one and done on the power play. We've seen that at times the last couple of years. And now the first minute has gone by, and Team White now will be on the power play as Team Red fails to score, but they did have some good chances.
Just a reminder to our viewers, this period will be 16 minutes of switching back and forth between power play units. So it's Team Red still on the power play right now, but we're looking at what would be their second unit.
Right, exactly. Yes. Daniella, thank heaven you're here today.
Yeah, Art, you need me. Let's just be honest
There's
here.
no doubt.
I'm lost as well, so I'm counting on you, Daniella.
Yeah, really.
Soderblom on the ice. Husso out of position, now gets back to that far goal post. Soderblom lifts it back to the left point. Sprong keeps it alive. Valeno quickly to Wallman. Right circle feed down low. To the line to Wallman. Shoots the puck through traffic, and that's saved by Husso with a pad.
Notice Nate Danielson and Marco Kasper out there getting some penalty kill minutes.
Right, yeah. This is a little bit younger units up here now. on the penalty kill for Team White.
Dominic Shine, Les Bronze, Petrie, and Edvinson, the penalty killers, as Team Red brings it back up across the line. Sprong, right face-off circle, moves in with a shot block. Rebound, Berggren in the corner. Jonathan Berggren to the line to Wallman. Red Wings set it up in that offensive zone. Pass right circle, Jonathan Berggren. Pass in front off the stick of Valeno into the corner.
Only seconds left on this power play.
5 seconds to go as it's lifted into the right circle, broken up, and finally cleared by L'Esperance out to the center ice circle as time expires.
Okay, so we saw 2 units from Team Red. Let's see what we've got going now.
Number 1's coming
All right,
back
yep.
out.
Team Red's top power play unit is back out there for the next minute. You've got Klim Kostin, Jeff Petrie, Simon Edvinson, and Michael Rasmussen out there as Team White's penalty killers.
Rasmussen was terrific last year in the penalty killing role. Oh, a shot off the goalpost by Gostisbehere after Team Red won the faceoff.
I think I might have jinxed them by saying scoring was going to get more frequent. I think this might be my fault.
Yeah, Kostin.
Well, they heard you. They took it to heart, the penalty killers.
Larkin over the line. Now he picks up the pass. Ooh, Gostisbehere pinched in from the right point. He was set up, but couldn't get the feed, and now shorthanded. Klim Kostin over the line, moves in, has a shot, and that went off the stick of Sider coming back and redirected it into the protective netting.
Kostin, an interesting player because he does have offensive skill. Last year in Edmonton, the second half of the season, and during the playoffs, granted, he was playing with a lot of high-end talent over there, but he really does. 30th pick overall, I believe, or 31st pick by St. Louis in the first round a few years back, so he's a good player. So I'm bringing it off the post there.
Yeah, replay of that as the play continues now. Just 27 seconds to go in the Team Red power play. Larkin out to center ice, crosses the red line, shoots the puck around the glass, ends up into the right circle. Gostisbehere let it go to the line to Mo Sider. Sider dishes it off. Gostisbehere, always an offensive threat in his career. Moves it back in behind the goal. DeBrincat tried to feather it in front. Husso is down. He made the save. They jam away at it. Popped up into the air again. Scramble a play and covered up by Billy Husso. 2 seconds to go in the Team Red power play. So 2 goal posts by Team Red so far on their power plays, and that helps out the goaltender, Billy Husso.
Certainly. Goaltender's best friend.
A ceremonial face-off here with just 2.2 seconds to go in the Team Red power play. Kopp in for the draw for Team White, wins the draw. The puck swept into the corner for Albert Johansson, and the time expires, and no power play goals yet.
No, Daniella, none.
Here comes the second unit for Team Red again, which consists of Elmer Soderblom, Jake Wallman, Daniel Sprong, Joe Valeno, and Jonathan Berggren.
So we'll see 8 minutes from Team Red on the power play, and then 8 minutes from Team White.
Art is catching on, ladies and gentlemen.
Good. How'd you like to be in net for Team Red right now?
He'll get action pretty soon.
Calm before the storm.
Exactly.
Puck comes up the left side of the ice. Nate Danielson in a penalty killing roll rolls it back behind the goal. No power plays have been scored. Joe Valeno through center ice, up across the line, slowed up. Good play by Jeff Petrie right there. Causing a little confusion and knocking the puck away with a face-off. Half a minute to go in the Team Red man advantage.
It's good to see Jeff Petrie, after all these years of everyone thinking that he was eventually going to be a Red Wing, and to have that number 46 on, because, you know, our good buddy Dan Petrie obviously wore that for the Tigers, and I'm sure if Dan can be, he's watching this stream right now and just feeling really good.
Ken Daniels is watching the stream as well, and he also gave me a couple of tips. It's on pronunciations, because
well, of course, he's the king of that. We know that.
Clean,
So
Kostin, and
Cleve, I know, he already told me that.
Helping us out, watching. He was up here for the golf outing in a couple of days of training camp. Does a good job on television. Wallman over to the left side, Sprong with a shot. That's where he scored in the first period, and Husso came up with a save as time expires.
Good old Ken Daniels. We cuss him, but we love him. You know, he told me, he was talking to him at the golf outing, and Kostin told him how to pronounce his first name, which was, again?
Clean.
No, that's what we use training camp for. Just get the rust out.
Yeah, really. I mean, Kleem and
Anisimov. He set up Gettinger on that first goal in the first period.
Yeah, he actually looks pretty good.
All right, Team White is on the power play right now, and they have the face-off. Let's set it up for you. Kopp is in the middle with Comfer and Raymond on the wings. You've got Petrie, Robbie Fabry playing a point position on the right side.
That'll be good. You know, hopefully Robbie can have a complete season without any injuries.
Well, you've got one defenseman and 4 forwards on the power play. Raymond down low to Kopp, trying to go upstairs short side, and in goal, Reimer knocked it away. Puck set in right circle. Fabry to Petrie. Shoots the puck low to the ice and wide of the goal. Gostisbehere in a penalty killing role for Team Red. Pass in the slot. Comes back towards the right point to Jeff Petrie. Petrie, right circle Comfort. To Fabry to Petrie. Raymond with a shot block. Comes back to Petrie at the line. Moves in. Doesn't shoot. Pass across. Fabry. Now to Raymond. Back to the middle of the blue line. Petrie to Raymond. Top of the left circle, squirts it down low. Red Wings working the perimeter, trying to get out in front. Kopp was taken down as he was knocked down right out in front of the goal. Knocking him down was Fisher for Team Red in the penalty killing role. 10 seconds to go in the Team White power play.
Nice puck movement by Team White. They just didn't put it in the net, but very impressive. Kopp talking to Fabry about something. I win the draw, you just shoot it. One time.
From the draw, Petrie looking on as the puck is along the boards. Team Red can't clear. That's Stevens. And now finally, Amadeus Lombardi lifted it all the way down the ice. Petrie picking it up as the horn sounds. And again, the penalty killers winning the battle so far as the power play is yet to score a man advantage goal.
There's been some chances. Goalies have made some nice saves. There's been some goalpost hit. But overall, exactly, the penalty kill has looked really good.
We've got Marco Kasper and Nate Danielson out there on this power play unit. Michael Rasmussen as well with Edvinsson and Zarnik.
Edvinsson with that long reach and able to keep that play alive at the blue line. Sweeps it over left side. Nate Danielson with a shot. Good to see Danielson getting some opportunity on the power play.
I agree, and it's good to see Michael in front of the net. His net front presence, hand-eye coordination, I've gone on about it for years, but is extraordinary. And I like this move. I like to see Michael out there. He's a big body.
Austin Zarnik on the power play, too. Comes back to the line. Edvinsson, right circle, Kasper in the slot for Zarnik. Broken up and cleared down the ice.
Austin Zarnik was great on the power play for the Red Wings last season. He was another one of those players that could get the call up for Grand Rapids and come in and do a very reliable job for the Wings when they needed it.
Larkin steals at the blue line, shorthanded with Sider moving in. Sider tripped up, manages to get the reach on the puck, deflected it to the front of the goal. Husso knocked it away. Rasmussen back across the line the other way to Danielson. Right circle feed into the slot to Marco Kasper. Off his stick, Edvinsson at the horn, shot the puck. And it's wide of the goal.
There is a little animosity, and this had started in training camp between Edvinsson and Mo Sider. And Mo let him know about it when he tripped him. And then over here, right at the end of the period or the power play, there was he shot it. Edvinsson shot it, and Mo let him know that was not a good thing to do.
Well, the horn sounded, and I know Edvinsson could have ripped it, but he tried to hold up a little bit. Sider said, hey, wait a minute, it's over. Don't shoot the puck.
Right, well, they were jawing and pushing each other and swinging sticks at one another down on the other end.
Fabry with a drive after getting the feed from Petrie, and Reimer with the save.
Yeah, well, Mo has a little bit of an attitude, and it's good to see Simon having one too.
Yeah, it's good to play with an edge. Like you mentioned, it's going to be some competition to make this roster, and Simon Edvinsson specifically has to prove that he's an NHL player.
If I know Mo, though, he's probably doing it on purpose to get him moving.
Fire him up a little. Yeah, exactly.
I'm kind of thinking that might be his goal. I've done my job.
Well, we were talking about how critical the power play is going to be for Detroit this year. We haven't seen a power play goal. I'd like to see one right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, penalty killers, you're just too good.
Too good, yeah. But on the other hand, if your penalty kill is good, then you're keeping the other team off
right,
the scoreboard.
Exactly.
Right?
So I don't know. I guess you have to take the good and the bad.
37 seconds to go in the Team White man advantage. Neither team has scored on the power play here in the second period. Petrie, left side of the ice to Raymond. Tried to shovel it, and Gettinger will intercept. He's actually playing pretty good, Tim Gettinger, as he lifts that puck all the way down the ice.
Yeah, well, this is an opportunity for him.
Robbie Fabry out to center, now to Andrew Kopp over the blue line. Squirts it down low into the corner. Puck sent around the boards, right side, JT Comfort. Steers it back on the line to Jeff Petrie, moves in. pulls it back, sends it right circle. Quick snapper from the inside rim of the right circle by Comfer, and that one ends up out of play.
Quick reminder to fans, you're going to want to be at Little Caesars Arena this year, and single game tickets are on sale now. You can get tickets for the upcoming season's biggest matchups, giveaway and promotional nights, and every game that is on our schedule. You're going to want to be there, I promise you that. For more information, visit DetroitRedWings.com/tickets.
And we thank you for watching today's stream and the Red-White game brought to you by our good friends over at Bally Sports. From the face-off, it's picked up by Wallander. He'll lift it softly into the corner, and time will expire. And another win for the penalty killers.
If we don't see a power play goal, I'm going to be very disappointed.
How many more of these do we have? I kind of lost count.
I lost count, too.
I was trying to mark them down as we went, but I stopped
It's
doing
16 minutes, and we think we're on minute
8 or 9.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, about halfway through, a little over halfway through.
They'll stop, and we'll let you know when it's over.
Yeah.
All right, Rasmussen, Casper,
They start
Danielson out on the power play now. Here's Johansson. Left circle, Danielson to Johansson over on the right point, Marco Casper. Down low, Rasmussen with a backhand, moving out in front. Here's Danielson with a chance. It's knocked down right out in front of the goal, swept into the corner. Dangerous play for Team Red with the man advantage. Johansson, now to Danielson, back to the blue line. Over to the right circle, the feed. Casper to Johansson, moving it to Casper with a shot. That's blocked. Gostisbehere is hobbling. He blocked it with his left knee, and that one down the ice on the rebound. Hope he's okay. He blocked it as Casper brings it back across the Team Red line. Shot the puck off a stick and wide of the goal. Out to center ice. Hansen over to the right side for Cross Hannes. Hannes had 4 goals in the Prospect Tournament as time winds down.
Today's stream of the Red and White game is brought to you by our friends at Bally Sports. You can also stream your Red Wings this season on the Bally Sports app.
Did we mention they have really nice T-shirts this year?
I think you said that once or twice, but you hogged them all, so no one else can get
Outstanding
a T-shirt.
job, Bally's.
I think we're about halfway through the period, and now Team Red goes back on the power play. Larkin to Brinkett, Perron up front, and you've got Gostisbehere. Good to see him back out there after blocking that shot, along with Mo Sider.
This is it. I'm feeling it.
Sider rising shot. Perron trying to cover right out in front, trying to tip the puck. It ends up wide, and now it comes back over in the left point. Broken up by JT Comfer, and it comes out to center ice.
I would try to get Mo and Edmondson on the ice together as much as possible.
This is why you're not the coach.
The Brinkett's pass off a skate, and that puck is offside as Perron just a little bit ahead of the blue line, and the play whistled down. They'll bring the face-off out to center ice. Again, neither team scoring on the power play so far here in the second period. Clean, Costin out there in a penalty-killing role with Rasmussen. Puck picked up and shot the length of the ice. Rafferty is out there killing the penalty for Team White. Rafferty going in after it. Larkin beat him to the puck to wheel it around the board. Sider ripped it across the ice for Dylan Larkin, hustling away from Hall. Larkin bounced it around the boards, and it comes out to center ice. Nobody there at the right point. Pinching down low was Gostisbehere. Shane Gostisbehere up the right side, not a Perron. Dishes it down low to Larkin off his stick and covering up and lifting it all the way down the ice. Clean Costin in a penalty-killing role as time expires.
I really like Gostisbehere.
He takes chances.
Yeah, he definitely does. I mean, I like the, but he measures the risk, though. I mean, he's not just completely out there just flying by the seat of his pants.
Sprong out there on the power play right now with Valeno. Elmer Soderblom, who's parked right out in front of the goal at the moment. Wallman, right circle feed down low, right side to Berggren. Berggren back to the blue line. Wallman holds it in at the right point. Turns, fires, blocked by Danielson. He felt that one. He blocked it with a shin pad, and now it's delivered the length of the ice by the penalty killers.
Edmondson, another one, much like Rasmussen. Hand-eye coordination, big body in front of the net. Real soft hands.
Valeno over the blue line. Now to Sprong. Bounced it back in the line to Wallman. Left side of the ice to Daniel Sprong. Over to Wallman off his stick. Shoveled across by Berggren. Now to the point. It comes to Wallman. Quick puck movement up high by Detroit. Wallman. Left side. Sprong with that blast. Boy, he likes to shoot the puck from that left circle, doesn't he? Now he gets another chance, and he fired it wide. 2 chances by Sprong, both wide of the goal. He gets it again. Another drive. Rebound chance. Joe Valeno and Billy Husso made a spectacular, or make that Hutchinson. It's not Billy Husso. Hutchinson with 2 saves in goal.
Very, very nice. You know, Sprong, you're not going to be telling him to shoot the puck. We've seen it already. He loves to shoot the puck.
And he's got a rocket of a shot, too. It's pretty accurate. He's been on net most of the time. He went a little wide on one of the shots there, but we saw him score from that position earlier, and I love it.
Right. Well, quick release. Yeah, yep. Definitely. No sooner is it on his stick, it's gone, and it's on the net, as you said, Daniela. Very, very accurate.
Great year last year for him in Seattle. Red Wings picked him up in the offseason. Now the penalty killers shoot it down the ice. Lyon is the goaltender right now for Team Red. Hutchinson in goal for Team White. Larkin cuts through the defense, lost the handle of it. He was covered, and Hull to play it off the boards out to center ice. So Team Red on the power play will try again. Sider dropping it back to the trailer. That's DeBrincat. Quick feed back to Larkin over the blue line. Gostisbehere into the right circle. Pumped it back in the line to Mo Sider. His pass across broken up. DeBrincat holds it in. DeBrincat skates over to the left circle. Sets it up down low to Dylan Larkin. Check into the corner. Cross check there by Hull. Bounces free, comes into the high slot. Gostisbehere turns and fires. It was blocked. Comes back in the line. Sider, quick feed over, left side to DeBrincat. Right circle to Gostisbehere, to Sider, to DeBrincat down low. Moves in, tries to go upstairs, and Hutchinson hugging onto that near goal post made the save.
You know, Justin Hull wearing number 3 is throwing me off. I keep thinking it's Simon Edvinsson.
I know.
He was wearing 3 last year. Edvinsson is 77, though.
Well, they're at 77 at don the red and white jersey of the Red Wings back in the day. Paul Coffey.
Oh,
that's right.
Great skater and had many great years with the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, I always thought he was putting me on, but I think he had like a size 10 foot, and he used to wear like a size 7 skate. He told me.
Yeah, he liked those small skates.
Yeah.
All right, neither team has scored on the power play. Penalty killers doing the job. Here's Berggren with a shot, and that one tipped in front but wide of the goal. That's Soderblom. He's that net front guy right out in front of the net. Big body, trying to block the goaltender's vision. Puck bounced away from Wallman. It came out to center ice, 43 seconds to go in the Team Red power play. 2-0 Team Red. Both goals scored in the opening period. Sprong and Gettinger. Here comes Valeno up across the line. Moved it over to the left side of the ice.
Yeah, I thought Joe has looked pretty good too. He's competing hard. A lot of energy, a lot of speed, making some plays.
Wallman, shot, screen. Hutchinson the save. Hutchinson has made some good saves in goal for Team White. Wallman, middle of the blue line. Thought about shooting, stopped it with a skate, sets it up. Now to Berggren, over to the right circle, shot in front. Blocked. Valeno turns, fires. Soderblom pumped it down low. Pass was intended for Sprong. Sprong lifts it around the boards in pursuit. Gostisbehere hustles and could not hold it in. Make that Berggren, and the play is whistled down out at center ice as the time expires. Team White now will go on the power play. Shots on goal, Team White 24 and Team Red 8. Doesn't seem right, but that's what they have it on the board here.
I don't think the 8 has moved since the first period, to be honest with you.
Must have been a long night at Dillinger's for that.
Yeah, something like that.
Falling asleep at the switch right there as Team White goes on the power play. They're going to send out their power play unit. It consists of Kopp, Comfer, and Fabry. Petrie out there, and Lucas Raymond. What are your impressions so far of the power play and penalty kill?
There's been some good movement on the power play. Unable to convert is obviously discouraging, but it's day one, right? This is the first real game action they've seen together, so I wouldn't worry too much. And obviously, there's going to be some changes in the lines and the units as we move forward into preseason, and they'll find it. They'll figure out what's clicked.
And the goaltending's been good.
Yeah, goaltending has been good. Hutchinson looked good.
Petrie with a shot, knocked away by Lyon. He's wearing uniform number 34, and he is signaling over to the referee, Lyon, that he's got to adjust that face mask because that's where he took the puck. Thanks for watching today's stream, brought to you by Bally Sports. Beautiful day up here in Traverse City, blue skies, and just So nice to be up here, and the fans, as we mentioned, always great. It's a packed house here on this Sunday afternoon.
Oh, definitely. Many of them probably, as soon as the game's over, will be watching Ken's favorite team, the Detroit Lions.
I think the opening kick of the Lions game is just about to happen.
I know, Ken's live streaming it right now.
Multitasker Ken Pal, it's super impressive.
Absolutely. Here's Raymond down to the left face-off circle. I hope I don't call him Goff as the puck comes back on the line. Raymond with a feed down low. Comfer picking it up on the power play in the corner for Team White.
Just don't say touchdown when they score.
Pass intercepted and drilled by Fisher down the ice. Fabry quickly over the line to Comfer, and now to Raymond with a shot, and that's partially deflected wide of the goal, and the horn sounds.
Lucas Raymond has looked pretty good on this top unit for Team White. It'll be interesting to see where he fits in, because we got to look at what could potentially be the Red Wings top power play unit on Team Red, but you got to put Lucas Raymond into that mix too.
All right, 77 and 53 are on the ice.
Hard to believe this is his third year coming up.
Yeah, really, well, especially since he was ticketed for Grand Rapids and he's never played there.
Puck shot down the ice by the penalty killers. Simon Edvinsson wheels it out to center ice. Nate Danielson over on the right side now. That's Zarnik on the power play, and the penalty killers pick it off and deliver it all the way down the ice. Taro Hiroshi heads over to the bench for a change. Half a minute to go in the Team White power play. Edvinsson drops it to the trailer. Danielson out to center ice. Over the blue line to Zarnik. Rolls it to Marco Kasper, and behind the goal he's covered by Mo Sider. And again, penalty killers fail to clear it out though. Edvinsson down low. Watched by Wallman. Sticked it around the boards. Sider and Rasmussen. Rasmussen chips the puck free. It bounces to Danielson. Now to Wallman. Has the opening and does as he should. Uses the glass to deliver it down the ice.
Really good penalty kill. Team White just did not have an opportunity to set up at all.
All right, how many power plays do we think we have left? 1 or 2? 3?
Officially three. But
oh, we have. I don't know, Alex.
all I know is the penalty killer's done a really good job so far here in the period, as they have shut down the power plays.
Red Wing goaltending coach Alex Westland's with us too.
Great goalkeeping from our goaltenders.
We've all lost count now on this, so.
But he's got to be pretty happy with the goaltenders during this special team session.
I think we're all just waiting until Steve up there in the crow's nest like a Roman emperor gives a thumbs up or down when this thing ends.
Robbie Fabry into the corner. Now turning with it, Lucas Raymond. Pass down low, Comfer sticked it through the goal mouth, and the goaltender Lyon comes up with a save, and he will hang on the goal crease. 33 seconds to go in the power play. Looking at last year's teams that made the playoffs in their power plays, and it seemed like out of the top 12 positions, 9 of those 12 made it to the playoffs. And it tells me that if you don't have a good power play, you're not going to make the playoffs. If you do have a good power play and a halfway decent penalty kill, you're going to be in the playoffs.
Right, well, you said it so well, Ken. I mean, the Red Wings are in a lot of close games, and the difference in a lot of NHL games is special teams. How many times we hear Derek Lalonde say that last year, too? You know, hey, it comes down to special teams.
Here's Petrie, right circle. Fabry turning with it, Raymond, left circle, into the slot. Petrie brings it back to the line, they regroup. Raymond now at the horn, and the play is whistled down. Well, the other thing, too, I always say it's not how many power play goals you score. Sometimes it's just the timely power play goals. And if you're in a close hockey game and it's a 2-2 tie, let's say, and you score a timely power play goal and make it 3-2, that advantage goes to you. And that's what it's all about, is making sure that you score those timely power play goals.
I like this power play unit out there for Team White right now. The young guys.
Danielson, Rasmussen. Up front. Also out there, Marco Kasper.
Albert Johansson.
There's Rasmussen. Anisimov converging on him. Into the corner. Finally picked off by Gostisbehere, and using the center of the ice. Rolls it across and all the way down the ice. Johansson picking it up for his club.
Cross Hannes out there as well. as Dan Cleary pointed out, he did have a really good prospects tournament.
Play whistle down as it was knocked down with a high stick. I think that stick caught the player Danielson up high. So he blocked the shot earlier in the second period, now gets clipped with a little bit of a high stick. Yep. Wallman, penalty killing role now with Dylan Larkin, Joe Valeno, and Mo Sider. And this is a big year, I think, for Joe Valeno, Art.
Yes, it definitely is. He's, obviously the year he was drafted, the questions about Joe was not that he can't play in the league. He's an NHLer. What's his offensive game going to be?
Marco Kasper to cross Hannes, back in the line, Johansson. Sweeps it over to Hannes, down low, right side. Keep an eye on Hannes because he likes to shoot from that right face-off circle. We saw that in the prospects tournament. That's where he likes to set up. Kasper, left circle, short side shot, wide of the goal at the horn. He's one of those guys, Hannes, who can really find the back of the net. He's got a really good shot. We saw Daniel Sprong with some shots here in the hockey game, and Hannes is one of those guys as well.
Cross Hannes, I think he had 4 goals and 2 assists, I think 6 points in the prospects tournament.
That looks like the wrap on our 16-minute special teams period. So what'd you guys think? Unfortunately, we didn't see any power play goals.
Great job by the penalty killers.
Well,
goalkeeping was great.
We've got to tip our cap to them, right? I mean, they played well. Goalkeeping was good. A couple of posts hit, but a lot of good movement on the power play by the power play units, though. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, they've been together for 4 days or something now up here in Traverse City. So I thought it was good, but if you take, like I said earlier, you take the good and the bad, right? I mean, penalty kill looked really, really good. Goaltending was sharp, and it wasn't for lack of effort or lack of setting plays up. I mean, they kept doing the, Shane to Mo to DeBrincat, and that's the play that they wanted. DeBrincat kept shooting, but the goaltender kept making the save.
My biggest takeaway was Daniel Sprong. I mean, he was noticeable out there on every single power play unit that he was a part of. He has a rocket of a shot, and he's not afraid to use it, which I think is the type of player the Red Wings need in one of their power play units.
I thought Hutchinson made some really big saves, especially early on when Team Red had the power play. And like you mentioned, Art, the goaltenders, to me, every one of them pretty sharp here so far in that second period.
And what do we all know? What's the old cliche? Your best penalty killer is
your goalie.
There you go. And it was proven in this 16-minute marathon.
All right, well, we'll be back with more with our stream of the red and white game from here in Traverse City, brought to you by Bally Sports. Stay with us.
Oh my God.
What?
Psycho curve.
You too.
Psycho curve.
Bigger than mine.
No, a nice backhand though, but psycho. Gotta have the toe, baby. Hey! I got right. Puck! No, 2, 3 and white. Why? I think I'd be an amazing penalty killer. Hey, I'm assuming we're not going full pace. Or are we? Yeah! Holy Mikey! Don't do anything stupid. That's a 5-on-3.
What?
It's a 5-on-3 if you do anything though.
I think I could get you to come
Oh, then it's a 4-on-3.
Yeah, but you're not on the ice.
Yeah.
Smart.
That's true.
I'm a thinker, Red.
Right there.
I'll wear it.
Quick is good, because then the goalie doesn't get over.
Welcome back inside Center Ice Arena here in Traverse City, Michigan. I'm Daniella Bruce alongside Art Regner, and we've got a special guest joining us for this second intermission, the Assistant General Manager of the Red Wings and General Manager of Grand Rapids, Sean Horkoff. Sean, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. So we're 2 periods into this red and white game, which had a very unique format this year. What are your impressions so far?
It's been good. I mean, it's a little bit you take this with a grain of salt.
Right.
Obviously, it's a red and white game, and everyone's just trying to catch their legs and get going. The first period was 5-on-5, and then obviously you saw some special teams the second period there. So I think the coaches are using it to get some different looks and some different combos and try to get some, more meaningful reps in here before the game start on Tuesday.
Were you surprised that no power play goal was scored?
Yes and no. I mean, guys are a little hesitant to really shoot it like they want to here. No one wants to, crank one off a teammate and put them in a tough position. So I think, like I said, they snapped it around pretty good, and there were some pretty good chances. And I think we'll wait to see where we're at in the power play once the real game starts.
You probably like some of the looks that you got specifically for Grand Rapids. We saw Marco Casper, Nate Danielson out there. Emil Vero was out there a little bit. Then you got Johansson out there, Edvinson. Just some of the young players that could potentially be in Grand Rapids getting some meaningful penalty kill and power play minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're in a situation where a lot of our young guys are turning pro now from these past year's drafts, and exciting players. Players that are going to come in and fight and compete for meaningful minutes on the special teams and 5-on-5. And like I said, it's we're looking forward to getting going down there and seeing what we have. But at the same time, right now we're just starting up here.
It seems, and I've saw this in practice over the last few days here in Traverse City, that Mo Sider and Simon Edvinson have developed a little bit of, I'm not going to say hatred, but I mean a little bit of a rivalry out there on the ice, and it kind of carried over here. I mean, is that good? Do you like to see that from two, obviously Mo's on the team, but from a very high-end prospect that they're pretty engaged?
Well, I mean, you always want internal competition. I think Mo's obviously a competitive kid, a driven kid, and what we do want is we want work ethic and high compete in practices kind of anytime we touch the ice, and that's going to drive our each and every individual to get better. So the fact that Simon's kind of going at it with Mo a little bit is not a bad thing. And like I said, if it's Mo would be a great guy for Simon to kind of follow. He was able to come in at a young age. He put the work in. He adapted his game quickly to pro and really made an impact early in his career.
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking this way too much because I think about this team way too much. But do you think that Mo might be kind of doing it on purpose a little bit to get Simon going?
I don't know, Art. You're the guy with all the inside information.
I can't help it. Like I said, I'm sure I'm thinking about it way too much. But I love to see it. I absolutely love to see it.
I mean, there's like I said, Mo's competitive. I think it's more so because Simon shot the puck after the whistle.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right?
Well, you know what? It came down when he tripped him. He tripped him over here.
But you're always sneaking around, hanging around the guys that are trying to get the inside scoop. So you'll be able to find out for me after.
Well, I can't wait to do it tonight. Let me in the room.
You'll have to report back to us on that one.
Right.
And then we saw a good showing there on special teams, specifically from Daniel Sprong and the type of player that the Red Wings acquired and bringing him to the team. That shot's a rocket, and he's not afraid to use it.
No, he's not. Yeah, it's he can obviously shoot the puck, and somewhere he's looked very, very comfortable on here. So, it's no secret in the power play. The ones that are most successful, get a lot of pucks to the net. And he's a guy obviously that has excelled there before and has proven he can score from that position. So, obviously when we try to add him, the thought of him adding more to our power play was important to us.
Yeah, we talked about obviously the general manager of Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids is going to have a high-end team. There's no question about it. New coach, Dan Watson, very familiar with him from his work in Toledo. Explain just how essential is Grand Rapids to be back in the AHL playoffs?
Well, it's important. I mean, for us, like I said, it's a little bit different now with all these drafts. We're going to have, they're going to be upwards of 12, 13 players, kind of under 22 and under in the lineup, which is a lot,
right,
for the minor leagues. But at the same time, we view these guys as guys to come in and be impact players, not just come in and kind of give minutes for development. So, for us, making the playoffs is obviously playing in important games, playing in big games is a big part of development, and obviously we want to get back to, to get into the playoffs. Last year we had a lot of injuries up top and even in GR that kind of, made it difficult for our lineup to compete night in, night out. But, we were disappointed where we were last year, and we try to make some changes to bring in some more experienced guys to kind of help carry the load with some of these young guys.
Sebastian Kosa, has been a hot topic all training camp long, and obviously we're not seeing him get any time here in the red and white game. It looks like it's more of the NHL goalies that are getting the time right now. Do you expect him to play throughout the preseason, get some time in Detroit, or what are you looking at for him as we move forward?
Yeah, I'm sure, Steve will sit down with the coaches here, the next day or two and obviously start putting together that matrix and what that kind of looks like.
Yeah.
It's a little bit difficult for goaltenders, only one goalie can play, so it's a lot harder to find them minutes, but with Coase, we're really happy with the way his season went last year, and he showed great growth in his game, and for him it's just a matter of continually working. He's still super young, he still has a long ways to go, but he is trending in the right direction. So I'm sure at some point we'll see Coase. When that is, I'm not sure.
I asked Danny Cleary this, or he said it's a Dan Sunday. I asked Dan Cleary this question, and about the prospects pool. I mean, you were the director of player development for many years. I know role has kind of changed a little bit, but how would you assess the Red Wing prospects pool? Because as you just said, a lot of them are going to be playing in GR this year.
Yeah, I mean, we're happy with the amount of young players that are kind of coming in. I think we've done a great job in the draft here the last few years, but it doesn't really matter how I assess them. How they end up doing the NHL and what they turn themselves into in the NHL really is the ultimate evaluation. If these guys can come in, and obviously for Detroit, we want to add as much depth as possible and become a deeper team. And obviously our young guys it's important to do that in the salary cap world. So we need them to come in and play big roles.
Sorry, Sean, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm just saying from top to bottom, do you think this is the most competitive camp that we've seen in a number of years here in Detroit?
I think so. I think you can see there's more depth out there. I think on both the the NHL team and the American League team, and it is competitive. Guys are fighting for roles. Not just for jobs, but for roles on the team. And like I said, we have stepping into exhibition season. There's lots of competition internally, so it's good.
Sean, we appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us today, and we'll see you back in Detroit.
Awesome, thank you.
Yep, thanks, Sean.
All right, guys, we'll be back with more. Go white, go green, go white. We'll be back with more live from training camp, the red and white game, presented to you by Bally Sports.
How many pillows do you sleep with at night?
One.
Just one?
Just one. Maybe zero.
0 pillows?
Maybe. Two.
2?
2 head, arms, knees, 1 to the feet.
So how many?
So 6?
3.
3, 1 for my head, 1 between my legs, 1 here, like in case I roll over.
1 for my dog. 7 or 8, probably. I sleep with 1, maybe 2. Yes.
As long as it's not 0.
Who said 0? Oh, that's crazy. No comment on that one. That's illegal.
3 minimum. 4.
4?
Well, yeah, like you gotta have like 1. Pens. Like people that sleep with 1, not good. Not soft pillows.
Hey, we had some zeros. That's what I said.
That's bad.
I know.
Who said that? 1.
Just 1?
Just 1. Yeah, maybe not even 1.
Honestly, the same thing. Just straight head on the mattress.
Oh yeah.
19.
Well, I mean, it works for him, so I might do that. If it's working for Brinksy, I might do that. Yeah.
If there's I didn't even say throw. If there's no aesthetic, that's a problem. I want there to be at least 12 throw pillows on the bed. 2.
2?
Yeah. No, just 1 under the head and then body pillow. 4.
4?
Probably like 4 or 5.
4 or 5?
Yeah.
2. 6?
Between my legs and like.
Said that.
Weird sleeper. We're talking 19, 20 pillows.
It's got a little bit of a playoff atmosphere here tonight, Jelly.
Yes,
it does.
Yeah, this place is jumping right now. I get goosebumps every game we play here.
And isn't that just a tremendous scene? Listen to this crowd.
This is the best place in the world to be.
Welcome back to Center Ice Arena here at the beautiful Traverse City, Michigan for the annual Red and White scrimmage brought to you by Bally Sports. We just saw a period of hockey that was all special teams related, so we talked about that a little bit. And now we're going to see some 5-on-5 and some 4-on-4 here in the third period. 5 minutes of each, which will be interesting, but I'm wondering if you guys noticed the video that we saw before we came back on. The 360 cam footage from a day at training camp done by our social team, Chris Pop, our camera guy. Very, very cool stuff there. Watching from that point of view is something we don't always get to see.
They are the greatest crew in the National Hockey League, and if you don't believe me, just ask them. They will tell you.
Oh, they'll let you know.
Well, we affectionately call them the cool kids. And,
they are the cool, because they are cool.
And up here in Traverse City, they had their own clubhouse, a lavish house that they were staying in, and I never made it there. But I was invited. I was invited. I know, Daniella, you spent many hours in the hot tub, so.
Oh my goodness!
So they had a good time. Let's just say they had a good time, especially I guess last night till like 5 a.m. So.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, you look refreshed today, Danielle.
I'm great today.
Yeah.
I am doing very, very well today. It's always a great time here in Traverse City and having the whole squad up here. Obviously, the team and our people on the business side too. We get to spend some time team bonding, right?
Yeah, it's just not the Red Wings. It's our whole group, and it was a good week up here, and we really enjoyed everyone's company.
Well, a little bit of open ice right now as we play 4-on-4 hockey as the puck is batted back into the right corner. 2-0 lead for Team Red. Both goals scored on 5-on-5 situations in the opening period. Sprong and Gettinger. Here's Hull, former Maple Leaf player on Wallman. Moves into the right corner, pumped it around the boards, holding it in Simon Edvinson. Nice poke check to play it out to center ice by Dylan Larkin right there. Edvinson swept it to Comfer out at center ice. Converging on him, Gostisbehere. Comfer turns back to his own blue line. Edvinson's pass broken up. Larkin tripped up his man. Team White crying for a penalty and could have got one right there as the puck is cleared.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the penalty, even if there were penalties, it's just going to be a face-off. I think we've already seen the power play and penalty kill, and I'm not so sure anybody wants to see the power play anymore.
Here's Jeff Petrie, motoring it around the boards into the far corner. Valeno will pick it up. Turning with it there, that is Mata. Now an outlet feed, and here comes Perron. 2-on-1 over the line with Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere cuts inside to Molly Mata, charging in, shoots the puck, kick pad save right there. That was a beautiful save by Billy Husso with a right goalie pad.
5-hole was open, Mata just couldn't get it through.
Team White over the Team Red line. Johansson's pass off the stick of Raymond, and now he's got to cover up out at center ice, Lucas Raymond. Team White in the middle of a change as it's picked up and laid ahead to Michael Rasmussen out to center ice. Stick handles over the blue line, gets away from Sprong. Now Sprong will converge and pick it up in the corner, roll it around the boards. And scooping it up is Newpower, playing it out to Sprong at center. Carries in over the blue line with speed. He's a big forward. Powers his way in behind the goal, lost possession of the puck. Costin will pick it up, weave along the right side and move away from Berggren. Carries it out to the red-blue line, moves it into the corner.
So far, obviously 4-on-4, a lot of good pace, nice save there.
That was a giveaway and a good opportunity by Emil Vero, who pinched in down low and had a good scoring chance. They'll try again, Team White. Up over the line is Costin. He was checked off the puck. Berggren comes back out to center ice, floats it over, and reaching out to deflect it out of harm's way, Justin Hull. Berggren will try again, carrying over the blue line down the middle, rolls it into the corner. Hull converging on him. Berggren turned it over. Nate Danielson finds an opening. Now stick handles through traffic, makes a good move, makes his way over the blue line, shoots the puck. Great play by Danielson. Big save made by Reimer. Well, he made something out of nothing right there, Nate Danielson.
He really did, and
burst of speed too as Casper lifts it across to Hull.
Nate going back to juniors and wants to work on his offensive game this year.
Simon Edvinson makes his way behind the Team Red goal, pushed it along the boards. Wallman lost it. Danielson slides it over. Now it's picked up, played ahead, out to center ice, turning back to his own blue line, Fisher. Team Red in the middle of a change. Wallman scoops it up at his own blue line. Now it's a completion of a change by Team Red. Sider tapped it out to the center ice circle, picking it off. Petrie lays it over the line. Quick feed. Sider coming back will steal. Lift it over in the right side to Larkin. Charges in over the blue line. Shoots the puck, and Husso made the save. Zarnik out the center now the other way. 2-on-2 over the line. Passed across. Hannes making his way in. Circles the Team Red goal. Looking for help. Team White in the middle of a change. Sider steals the puck. Looked like a pickpocket right there. Made it look too easy, and he brings it out to center ice.
Right, Vero just he couldn't do anything with the puck. He wanted to shoot it out to the point, but no one was there.
Back to the blue line. Dylan Larkin charging in. Fends off a check. Powers his way to the front of the goal, and the last second lost the puck. Comfer scooping it up along the left side. Brings it out to center ice. He's got Vero on the right wing. Drops it now. Kopp. Left circle feed. Gostisbehere broke it up. Lifts it into the air to Larkin, and he is up across the line. Broken up, and here is Kopp sending it ahead to Comfer. Over the Team Red blue line. Turned it over to Larkin, or make that Gostisbehere, and he comes back 2-on-1. Time winding down in the period. Here's Gostisbehere going upstairs, and he shot it wide of the goal and maybe over the crossbar. Gostisbehere has shown that he can really make some plays in this game here this afternoon.
Yeah, he has been extremely impressive. Great speed, great vision, great anticipation. He's an offensive defenseman. He always has been, and it's showing.
I think the Red Wings need a little bit of that on the blue line.
There's no question. He's going to be able to carry that puck and make something happen with it.
Oh, looked like he was going to rip one at center ice, and the buzzer sounded.
That is the end of 4-on-4. Shane Gostisbehere had a good chance just a couple of seconds ago. Let's take a look back at that. He goes in 2-on-1, Veleno next to him, but chooses to shoot. Just missed that top shelf.
Right, yeah, great play there actually defensively. I mean, he definitely wanted to get it to Veleno, but it was cut off, and you have to shoot then, and he did, but to no avail. But still,
looks like we're doing a little 3-on-3 right now.
Yes, 3-on-3.
Now we will have 3-on-3. Let's take a look at the goalies for each team now. Looks like Hutchinson, Team White,
and Alex
Lyon, Team Red.
Hutchinson made some really good saves in that second period while Team Red was on the power play. All right, a little 3-on-3 hockey now, and a little more ice to maneuver with. We've got Edvinsson, Fabry, and Raymond for Team White. Team Red comes back with Fisher, Elmer Soderblom, and Mo Sider. We've got some big players out there for Team Red at this point. Here's Fisher winding it up the right side.
Ken likes to call them Redwoods.
The Redwoods in the red jerseys here this afternoon. Fisher will just calmly take it out to center ice. Now to Soderblom. Soderblom up across the line. Left circle shoots the puck. He scores! There's Elmer with the blast. A snapper from the left circle beating the goaltender Hutchinson. And it's 3-0 now, Team Red.
Well, the crowd has been quiet for a while, so yeah, I think they would love to see something happen, and they appreciate good defense, but they like offense too, and that was brought the crowd to their feet.
Well, Elmer looks smooth there. His soft hands, as Art always likes to point out, that he's got some of the softest hands for how big he is, and he maneuvered right through his defenseman on that one and put it in the back of the net.
A guy that size that can score goals between his legs, that's amazing.
It is pretty incredible.
Made a nice toe drag to bring it closer to his body and then really snapped a good shot to beat Hutchinson. Here's Wallman now on a 2-on-1 developing quickly over the Team White blue line. Wallman makes a move, backhands it across, but Lombardi didn't go to the corner of the net. Now out the center, quick feed over the line. Edvinsson's got a breakaway, moving in, shoots, scores! Sprong desperately trying to make his way back into the play, couldn't catch him, and that's Team White's first goal of the game.
Felt like Simon had plenty of time to decide exactly what he was going to do there. Did not miss his corner. You talk about big players that can finish the way Elmer did. Simon responds with the exact same way.
Steve's always talked about wanting to make tough decisions. Simon Edvinsson looking pretty good. Nothing against Grand Rapids, but he wants to make a case for Detroit too. And with all the veterans on the blue line, it might be a little tough, but Simon looking good today.
All right, both teams scoring, 3-1 game. Team Red over Team White. Lyon in behind his own goal. Still 3-on-3 hockey here as Gostisbehere floats it ahead to Dylan Larkin. He'll wind it up in his own end. Larkin out the center to Shane Gostisbehere over the blue line. Sweeps it over to Alex DeBrincat. DeBrincat, first time we're seeing him in a 3-on-3 situation here. Moves it across to Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere to Larkin. cruising in. Larkin shoots the puck, a wrister wide of the goal. Rebound, Gostisbehere. Moved it away from Kopp to Brinkett with a feed down low. Gostisbehere with a backhand try, and he would try to catch Hutchinson leaning and shot it wide of the right goal post. Sneaky play right there, and Kopp just settles down. DeBrincat heads over to the Team Red bench on a change. Here is Johansson, watched by Joe Valeno. Swept it over to JT Comfer. Now to Robbie Fabry. Good to see a healthy Robbie Fabry. He's been injured quite a bit in his National Hockey League career. To Lucas Raymond, charging over the line, cuts wide on Valeno to the trailer, Johansson. Into the right circle, makes his way in, shovels it across, Raymond scores!
Wide open, very nice play.
Hansen made the play over, Raymond buries it, and it's now 3-2.
Well, it happens a lot in 3-on-3 hockey just because of the time and space, but Alex Lyon has been left out to make some big saves and unfortunately hasn't been able to come up with them. But Lucas Raymond burying there, and obviously he had Simon Edvinsson coming in all by himself earlier in this 3-on-3.
That play, though, was made by Johansson,
yes,
who shoveled it nicely over to Raymond, and Raymond buried it.
Right, and that's why he would have been called up last year if he wasn't hurt. Plays like that.
That's another defenseman you've got to keep your eye on as we head through the rest of training camp and preseason.
Look, the Red Wings, they have a wealth of talent on the blue line, or potential, I should say.
There's Johansson again to Lucas Raymond to Robbie Fabry. Left face-off circle. Team White starting to come on here. They've scored the last 2 goals to make it a 1-goal game. Johansson, quick pivot at the right line, almost gave it away to Berggren. Berggren fights for possession. Held in at the line. Robbie Fabry moves over, left circle, trying to go upstairs and shot it over the goal. Lyon now the goaltender for the Team Red as Olimata's out there. Valeno chipped it to Berggren, and here he comes on a 2-on-2 the other way. Berggren over the line on Hull, tapped it across. Olimata moves in. Back to Berggren, wide open net, hangs on and scores.
Nice.
That's a great move right there. Patient move by Berggren, who had Hutchinson down and out, and he finishes with the goal.
Yeah, he waited out. He could have shot, and he did not.
Didn't get a
great patience
yeah,
there by
exactly.
Berggren.
Didn't get trigger happy on that one because, like you said, as soon as it got on his stick, he could have shot that, but he gave Hutchinson a chance to kind of make that move and went around him and buried in the open net.
Right.
I think a lot of rookies would have shot that puck right away.
Yeah.
But the presence of mind to hang on to the puck while the goalie is down and out and get the goal was a thing of beauty right there.
Right, just wait for the
4-2 hockey game. Team Red with the lead. Scoring coming up here in the third period. 3 goals by Team Red and 2 goals for Team White. Out to center ice, Danielson lifts it over the line. Moving in now, here's Hull, and he tried to make his way in front of the goal, and Lyon got that poke check out to knock the puck away. Danielson at the right point, floats it down low to Marco Kasper. Kasper skates to the blue line, slides it over on the left wing. Edvinsson absorbs a hit by Seider. Now the Wings, Team Red comes back 2-on-1. Soderblom shoots the puck, save made, Hutchinson, and he covers up right on the doorstep of Seider.
Let's take a look back at Jonathan Berggren's goal from just a few moments ago. Olimata gets it over, and again, that patient move to create an open net for himself.
Looked like Hutchinson wanted to go for a poke check too, right? Yep. You know, and he was trying to get it off his stick, and Bergie said, no way.
Wallman brings it back out to center ice. You know, back in the day, 3-on-3, if you're looking at overtime, used to be run and gun.
Right.
Now it's more of a patient type of 3-on-3 game.
Well, I think everybody picks a man, and they just stick with it.
I mean, if the play's not there, it's you just bring it back out to the neutral zone and regroup.
Kind of the Russian 5 concept of hockey.
Exactly. We saw that
a lot
back in the day.
Yes.
Rasmussen moves in with a shot, and he whistled it wide of the goal. 3-on-1 back the other way for Team Red. Larkin to Brinkett over the line. Now the trailer. Wallman to Larkin, and he just misfired as that puck goes around the boards to DeBrincat in the corner. DeBrincat to Wallman, hard shot. Hutchinson the save, and there goes the horn. And Hutchinson with the save.
All right, now we'll head to a 10-man shootout. So get to see a little razzle-dazzle here today, Ken.
Team White's still in it.
Absolutely, and now this is a part of the game where I think I think fans really like the overtime, the 3-on-3 overtime, and they're kind of getting away from the shootout, but it's always exciting when you have penalty shot type shootouts.
Reimer and Husso are in their respective nets. Husso for Team White, Reimer for Team Red.
Goal scorers in the game, Sprong and Gettinger in the opening period. Neither team scored in the second when we had all the power plays. In the third, Edvinson and Berggren connecting for Team Red. Soderblom and Berggren for Team Red. Edvinson and Raymond for Team White.
Both of those were in 4-on-4 and then 3-on-3 situations when the goals happened in that third period. And now we'll get to see a little shootout action.
I want to thank Bally Sports for providing the stream and being a sponsor here, and we appreciate that. And it's been a great way to kind of end the training camp portion of the Red Wings schedule as they get going for the opener, preseason opener against Pittsburgh on Tuesday. Here's Sprong making his way in, shoots the puck off the post and into the corner, no good.
He definitely has a quick release and a lot of velocity. Here's Lucas.
Lucas Raymond had a goal in that last period. Eyeing down the goaltender. Reimer picking it up, makes his way over the line on the right side. Crowd quiet as he makes his way in. Shoots down the forehand, and Reimer makes the save, and that one trickled right across the goal line.
He was looking for it. He's like, where'd that one end up?
He made himself as big as he could and moved along that crease, and hopefully the puck was in front of him, and it was.
Here's David Perron. He's had a couple of big goals in his career with Detroit. Makes his way in, shoots the puck, and again, that one's off the outside of the goalpost. No good. Covering the net well was Ville Husso.
I've got a feeling Fabre's scoring. I just feel it.
Shoot or fake, Art? What do you think?
I think he's going to shoot.
All right, let's see what happens. Fabbri moves in, shoots, and that one was saved by Reimer.
You were half right.
Yeah, I was half right. He did shoot. Oh, here we go. This is the man everyone wants to see.
Big cheer as DeBrincat scoops it up at center ice. Slowly makes his way over the blue line. Probably learned that from Patrick Kane. Makes his way in. Shoulder fake shot. And Husso stood with him all the way to make the save.
Crowd chanting, Who's? JT, no, hey, he got out there, boom. He's on the ice.
And no good for Comfort. I think these players want to get out of here. They're taking no time jumping off the bench.
Yeah, really. Okay, here's Dylan. Dylan says, enough of this.
Larkin, let's see what he does. Down the middle. Fakes. Backhand. And Husso read it all the way to make the glove save.
You know, I don't think they want to give up their moves in this game, right? Can't let anyone catch on to it.
Except for Kopp.
Kopp with a chance. Pad save by Reimer. Boy, the goaltender's playing big right here.
Yeah, they definitely are. Joe Valeno. Joe will do it.
Valeno goes wide to the left side, makes his way out in front on Husso with a chance, and Husso made the save.
Crowd sounds like they want a shootout goal.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Michael Rasmussen in over the blue line. Let's see what he does. Scores! He put a five-hole on Reimer.
There's their chance to cheer.
Goaltending change.
Lyon in goal for Team Red. Hutchinson for Team White. And taking the penalty shot right here is Berggren. Berggren over the line, cuts wide, now moves out in front. Fakes, shoots. Hutchinson with a right pad save.
Good patience, though, by Berggren. He showed that on the goal he did score, 3-on-3.
Here's Nate Danielson. He's actually looked good in the Prospects tournament and also here in training camp. And in this game, as he brings his way in over the line, Deke shoots. Oh, great pad save late by Lyon right there.
That was welcome to the NHL, young man.
That was
Junior,
a beautiful
that's a goal.
save.
Yeah,
that's a nice save. It was a good move, too.
It was. It really was.
Big Elmer now with the puck. And he fired one way wide of the goal.
Picking an upper corner.
Cross Hannes now with 4 goals in the Prospects tournament. He will try for Team White. Actually, it's a 1-goal game, 4-3 Team Red. See what Hannes does. Makes his way in, and Reimer makes the save as he tried to go 5-hole and put it through the wickets.
I think we would have replay on that. They could have gone over the line.
Shane Gostisbehere now. He's looked impressive today. Always in the play, makes his way in, and he shot a backhand wide after trying to pull Hutchinson. That's a good move. Wide of the goal, though. Marco Casper now charges quickly over the blue line. Let's see what he does. Slows it down, makes his way in, and lost the handle of it. And it rolled wide of the right goalpost.
Alex Lyon didn't have to do much on that one, but he has been tough.
The old slap shot routine, he feels shame now.
Here's a guy that could score, Hiroshi. He's got a lot of nifty moves.
Right, he does.
Makes his way in on Hutchinson, shoots the backhand, scores! There he is.
Ken called that one.
Taro Hiroshi with a goal. 5-3 Team Red. He's just a crafty player, that Taro Hiroshi.
He always has been. Great player from Michigan State.
Zarnik making his way in, shoots, scores! That one just trickled in behind Lyon.
Austin Zarnik,
Mr.
native
Reliable.
Detroiter.
Mr. Reliable, Austin
Scored the
Zarnik.
first goal ever at Little Caesars Arena when he was a member of the Boston Bruins. That was in a preseason game.
Oh, here's Mo.
He looks mad.
Big Mo making his way in. Scores! Tucked it under the pad of Hutchinson. Mo Sider with a goal.
See that little sword thing.
This former Maple Leaf defenseman, Justin Hole, with a shot and a save made by Lyon.
Has Simon shot yet?
No.
Ooh, I can't wait to see that. Is that it?
That's it. Final score, Team Red 6 in the Red-White game and Team White 4, and the crowd cheering both sides as we conclude the Red-White game here at Center Ice Arena in Traverse City, Michigan.
Always a great moment. The team comes out and kind of salutes the fans here, because we've talked about it all stream long, how this city truly embraces the Red Wings being up here for training camp and playing in this red and white game. These fans don't always get down to Detroit, to Little Caesars Arena to see NHL games. So having this team out here for this event is huge to them, and they appreciate it, and they're very gracious hosts. We have a great time up here in Traverse City.
Well, we certainly do, and you can tell the admiration it's mutual between players and the fans here in Traverse City. And we're about to have the picture where all the volunteers come out on center ice, take a picture with their Red Wings, and thank them. And here we see everybody, all the coaches, the entire staff. Derek Lalone right in the front. Right behind him is Dan Watson, the head coach now of the Grand Rapids Griffins. You see Alex Tangay out there, Bob Bugner, Brian Lashoff.
This is the part I like. I liked all the volunteers that come in here and put this thing on. They're escorted out onto the ice now, take a picture with the Red Wings. They do so many things, the volunteers here, Art and Daniella, as they make everything comfortable for the Red Wing players, staff, and management.
Right, and even the officials get in on the act, and you don't see that very often. Oh, nope. Guess they said you guys
They kicked him out.
Yeah,
they must have heard you, Art.
They wanted a picture, but hey, no, guys, I'm sorry.
You know, it really is a first-class event up here in Traverse City, and these volunteers do so much. They work really hard all week long, and for prospect tournament too, so we appreciate them, and what a cool moment for them to get out on the ice with the Red Wings.
And a couple of my favorites, Dave Barr, who handles the media, he's been here for a long, long time, and Phil Lyon as well. And he also provides a lot of the apples from his orchard that the Red Wings eat throughout training camp here in Traverse City.
And you can just get a look at how many volunteers it takes to make this happen, and each and every one of them has a super important job.
And who knows, maybe a couple of fans from the stands just kind of wandered out there too, so.
Yeah, security's not super tight up here.
Right, so hey, yeah, I think we can get in on this picture.
You know, the other thing too is it takes a whole lot of planning to put this together. It doesn't seem like it, but they will start meeting next month already for next year, and they meet throughout the course of the year and make sure everything is planned and ready to go for next year training camp here in Traverse City.
So much that goes into it, and it's always great to wrap it up with this red and white game, and it gets you so amped up for hockey season. And Ken, you'll be in the booth on Tuesday calling the first preseason game.
Looking forward to it. Good to see Paul Woods, and our broadcast from Little Caesars Arena will take place at 6:45 on WWJ as the Tigers, Daniella, in their
I know.
final week of the season. Big week for Cabrera and company. And
Yeah, I'm excited to get back for that final home series and Miguel Cabrera's final homestand as a Tiger. A lot of exciting things planned if you can get down there for one of the games. And Comerica Park is going to be absolutely rocking. But then I get to be in the booth with you this
Yes.
season, which is going to be very exciting for me. So a lot going on and a lot of fun headed our way this season as the Tigers wrap things up and the Red Wings get back into action.
And what a career for Miguel Cabrera.
Oh,
and
yes.
we were so lucky to have him here in the Tiger organization for so many years. And wonderful guy. He loves the game, and you can tell just going through this last season how much he's enjoyed it. And be good to say so long. So we invite everybody to get down to the ballpark this weekend.
Please
and
do.
Also, the Red Wings have a couple of games coming up this week, coming up on Tuesday. And they will also play on Saturday and Sunday of this coming week.
It's always fun when the teams have overlapping games, just the energy in the city, even though it's preseason and we know the Tigers aren't making the playoffs, but it's always great energy in Detroit when we're getting ready for hockey season and we're wrapping up baseball season. So very excited for the week in Detroit and obviously wrapping up a great week here in Traverse City.
Well, it is a great time of year. I mean, all sports seem to be going. The Pistons will be going soon, too. Get basketball in the mix. And, obviously, the state of Michigan as a whole and certainly the greater metropolitan Detroit area, outstanding sports fans. I mean, I always have said that, the Detroit's culture is its sports teams in a way, and they come out. It's just an exciting time. It's really, really an exciting time.
And one other note is Matt Luff got injured in the opening period, and we certainly hope he's okay. It looked like it was a shoulder injury as he rammed in along the near boards if you're watching the stream, and it didn't look good, but hopefully he'll get some clearance, and hopefully he'll be back. You never want to see injured players in a red-white game.
Yeah, we'll be sure to give you an update as soon as we can, but obviously sending our best to Matt Luff. And that's a wrap here for 2023 training
Wait, Chris
camp.
Pop wants to take our picture.
Well, can we get off the stream first?
No,
we got to thank everybody.
Let him catch us in action.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to our streams all week long. Prospect Tournament Training Camp. Big thank you to Bally again for helping us bring these streams to you. For Ken Cal and Art Regner, I'm Daniella Bruce. We'll see you next time.